It's a me, Truth Dog, the internet's favourite dog. Woof woof. Today we have a very special episode for you folks. I am sitting on a wicker chair. I am sitting in front of a window. I got the TV blasting Mario tunes in the background because this is the Super Mario special, ladies and gentlemen and trannies. And we even have a special guest, Mario himself. Yes, that's right. The man, the myth, the plumber. Shaped like a swastika, as was the style at the time. And he even looks like Hitler. So what's going on there? I don't know. Some sort of esoteric message, some sort of subliminal hidden meaning? Are they saying that Mario, who is Hitler, was actually a hero? That he was trying to do a good thing for the world by exterminating the evil Jews? That would have to be pretty darn crazy if they're saying that. I mean, I've heard some whack things about the Japanese. The fact that they've got those vending machines that distribute soiled schoolgirls' panties. I mean, come on, Japan. What's going on? There's a crazy guy, crazy people, you know. Very good food, though. Got some Super Mario Brothers 2 music in the background. Keep me peppy, keep me perky, keeping me on point, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to drop some truth turds on your lawn, because I am the truth dog, and I gots to go to the toilet to poop. Truth. I got to poop truth on you. Yeah, so Mario, shaped like a swastika. Hitler himself, right? And they got a lot of esoteric hidden meanings in the Mario Brothers games. For one, in case you didn't realize, they're trying to tell you something about your own world, which is that this world is all about humans versus reptilians. Humans are the good guys and reptilians are the bad guys. It's the key to all storytelling. You got protagonists, heroes like me and Mario. And you got antagonists, reptilians, because that's the same thing as real life. All the bad guys in your life are reptilians. All the bad guys in your life are reptilians. All the psychopaths, all the narcissists, all the creeps, all the jerks, all the wanks, all the douchebags. They're all reptilians, you know. It's not the organic portals you have to worry about. The organic portals, if we're to continue this stretch of an analogy, the organic portals are characters like Toadstool, right? They're simply there to move along the plot in the story of your life. You are the hero, you are the protagonist, you are Mario, you are Luigi. You might even be Princess Peach, okay? You are the hero. The antagonists are reptilian shapeshifters, people impersonating humans, trying at every turn to steal your life, take your life from you. As depicted in the Mario Brothers games. I don't know if anyone's seen the Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario Brothers movie. I think it came out in 1992. I remember seeing that on day one, telling my parents, please, mommy, please, daddy, I've been a good boy. I haven't set the house on fire in days. Can we please go see the Super Mario Brothers movie? And they said yes, son. They said yes, son, long story short. And I went there and I was disappointed as hell. I was only a young child, but I was still smart enough to know that movie sucked. But let me tell you, there's some esoteric meaning and hidden messages and predictive programming and all sorts of crazy buzzwords us truthers like to spout. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of that sort of crap in that movie. For example, they show how they turn real people into clones, organic portals. Goombas, yes, the Goombas, even though they are not helpful organic portals, NPCs, whatever you want to call them in the Mario Brothers games, they're still pretty benign, still pretty like, they're spuds basically. That's what organic portals, aka clones, really are. They're basically, you know, they're nothing special. They're no real threat. They're very subservient, very, they're easy to deal with, more or less. They can be pretty frustrating, but they're not difficult to deal with. Yeah, so in the Super Mario Brothers movie, they show King Koopa who is a reptilian shapeshifter, he uses technology to turn people into his own slaves, which are organic portals, which are Goombas. And there's also other stuff, like they show how they were planning on destroying the Twin Towers, the reptilians who did that stuff, were planning on destroying the Twin Towers. There's a scene, you should look it up, or maybe I'll link it if I can remember, where literally, like, they showed New York, and then, like, Cooper shoots, like, this ray. Like, that's how they actually did it, too, for 9/11. They didn't use planes. The planes were holograms. He shot, like, this ray gun at the Twin Towers, and the damage it makes is exactly like the shoot to impact, the places of impact, exactly where the planes hit on the Twin Towers, like, full on. There's so much of that predictive programming crap in movies about September 11th. But anyway, we're not talking about that great Super Mario Brothers movie. We're talking about the great Super Mario Brothers games. Humans versus Reptilians. The crux of all good storytelling, like I said, is protagonists versus antagonists and reptilians. Just hammer it in there so that, you know, it's like a form of hypnotism. Just repeat things, repetition. That's what, school and all sorts of things are for. Just keep repeating the same BS until you believe it, right? But, yeah. Humans versus reptilians. You got Mario Brothers, and then you got the Koopas. You got all sorts of reptilians that are walking around everywhere. Koopa Troopers, Paratroopers, in the sky, spraying chemtrails and all that sort of stuff. The Koopa Kids, and here's another thing that they tell you in the Super Mario Brothers games. I think it was Super Mario Sunshine. I'm saying that so I don't look like a nerd. I know it was Super Mario Sunshine. They actually tell you that Bowser Jr., Bowser's son, his mother is Princess Peach. So Bowser and Princess Peach fucked. And the thing that's most surprising about this revelation is that in the scene, the cutscene where it shows you, Bowser Jr. calls Princess Peach, Mommy! And then Princess Peach is shocked. She goes, Mommy! So she doesn't, know. So I'm guessing there was something really, really sus thing where Bowser roofied her and raped her in her sleep or something like that. But anyway, long story short, they're telling us that humans are breeding with reptilians unknowingly. Unknowingly, that's the key. Mommy! She doesn't know that she had a reptilian child. This is true in real life. Reptilians who take on human form are breeding with human women to create more psychopathic hybrids to help lower the vibration of the planet. Duh. That's why there's so many asshole kids, those kind of kids that will just stare at you, do that energy vampire thing where they stare at you because it makes you feel icky, it lowers your vibration. As once you're paying attention to them and feeling bad, your energy goes to them, because where attention goes, energy flows. So it's a form of negative energy extraction, which is the death stare, the reptilian stare. That's why even children do it, because that's one big misnomer about psychopathy and narcissism, which are basically the same thing. They give like a 50 million names to all these things just so they confuse people. Psychopathy is 99% a trait that people are born with. There are very few secondary psychopaths. It takes a lot for a person with a soul to be converted into a psychopath. A fuck ton. A lot. I personally will never, no matter what they put me through, I will never become a psychopath. So, that's just something to think about. You being a real person, most likely watching this, you weigh that up. You weigh up whether or not all the bad stuff that happens to you makes you a worse person or a better person, because honestly, it makes us better people. It makes real people better people. Hey, maybe an organic portal, a toadstool, or a Goomba, maybe they could be turned into a psychopath through, constant abuse, constant, programming and all that sort of stuff, but not real people. We'll always be good. We can be misled. We can definitely make mistakes, but at the end of the day, we're kind of like Darth Vader, I suppose. Was he in the Mario games? It doesn't matter. Yes, of course he was. Don't look it up. Of course he was. We're like Darth Vader. In the end, no matter what, we'll always do the right thing. We always will. Yeah, so what else? Some other stuff about Super Mario Brothers games. I think I've had it in that reptilian protagonist-antagonist angle enough. We'll just go into some sort of fun fact, I suppose. Okay, so in the games, they program children. This is one of the negative aspects, because you're not allowed to, especially high up sort of stuff where they're doing that, what do you call it, like, it's not predictive programming, the thing where they sort of let you in on sort of secrets and things. They can't just give it to you straight. They've got to also put some stuff in there that's in the interest of the evil Illuminati, which is they teach the children love of currency through collecting coins in the games as a way to survive, you know, literally teaching work culture and all that sort of stuff through the game's currency system. What else? The time, again, is sort of work culture. It indoctrinates children into that idea that everything, they have to do everything very quickly. There's always stress. It sort of accustoms children to stress and pressures of school and everyday life, and just life in general, where you don't have enough time to do everything that you want. You sort of have to rush through it and be sort of goal focused, not sort of stop to smell the daisies, so to speak. And what else? Yeah, they put faces on all the like, they put faces on the mushrooms, right? They put faces on everything. So that's a way of telling you, like, even the hills, telling you that everything is basically alive. Like, even the mushrooms, the vegetables we eat, the fruit we eat is actually, I believe, conscious. It's sentient. They showed that in that movie. It was an awful movie, but it's that Seth Rogen movie where it was like meant to look like a kid's movie, but it was like really violent and profane about like vegetables and food in a supermarket, realizing that they're all going to be eaten, which is like lesser magic. That's the word I was trying to think of before. Lesser magic about what it's like for us as actual people, that we're essentially cattle in a farm, being farmed for our energy and also for our flesh, because reptilians, they eat us energetically through negative vibration, and they also eat us physically. It's part of satanic rituals. And again, also they need the blood to sustain their human form, their human hologram skin suits or what have you. They need human blood, human DNA in their system to help everything come together. And that's a big reason why I've spoken about this in the past, the idea of natural flavors is, I believe, in large part human DNA, human blood, and all that sort of stuff, and the idea that we have to eat other animals, you know, that whole meat-eating culture, that carnivorous culture, all of that, we're living on a reptilian vampire planet. All of that is in service of the reptilians and not in our best interests at all, because reptilians need blood in their system to maintain their human form, and by having blood in our system, which is negative energy, especially the way that they torture the animals before death, and the humans too, is by keeping us at a low compatible vibration for things like gang stalking and energy vampirism and what have you. So yeah, they put faces on everything in the Mario Brothers games to show you that all things, vegetable, trees or otherwise, even clouds, you know, are in a way sentient, alive, you know. What was that thing? Oh, and it shows this other thing, like when Mario eats the mushroom, which I suppose is, you know, something healthy, he gets stronger. So it's showing things like, see, he doesn't have to eat meat. He eats a non-meat protein alternative, and he gets bigger, you know, bigger and stronger. A lot of this crap's off the top of my head, so bear with me. What else? The flowers, you know, they have faces on them too. Like I said, nature is alive. It's all sentient. You can actually talk to trees, and if you're high vibration, they'll actually move with you. They'll respond to your voice. When the wind picks up, that's nature's way of saying that it's listening, in case you didn't know. But yeah, the flowers, they have faces on them too. They're alive. And when Mario touches them, when Mario gets back to nature, I suppose you could say, he takes on a special power. He can shoot fireballs. Now, obviously, I wish we could shoot fireballs, and who knows, maybe we can eventually. Maybe our DNA has just been nerfed to the point where we're so retarded we can't even throw fireballs at these reptilian suckers. But in the Mario games he can, but I believe that's sort of an analogy for when you connect to nature, it gives you more power. And by connecting to nature, you raise your vibration, which is actually something that very much puts off and deters reptilians from sort of you know. And I believe, see, I read a lot of comments, and it sucks to hear, but I used to be in that boat where reptilians are bothering you dudes on a 24/7 basis, you know, gang stalking on all sorts of all sorts of nonsense, and I don't really go through that stuff much anymore. Because I believe, at least I hope, that I'm at a high enough vibration where my awareness is just basically, I'm like, there's a reptilian, there's a reptilian, there's a reptilian. You know, it's like, everyone's a reptilian. No, I can spot them, I can smell them, I can sense them, I can hear them. And so awareness repels. And I owe a lot of that to connecting to nature, connecting to just good things, high vibrational sort of stuff. And, you know, so that's what I believe the game's trying to tell us with that. Anything else? I think that's quite a bit. There's the superstar. I don't know. This is the part of the video where it all peters out. It goes to hell. I should probably wrap it up sooner rather than later. I really feel like I'm probably forgetting something. Anyway, I guess that's it. If I remember whatever I'm forgetting to say, I'll mention it down in the comments section. Actually, here's one more thing. It's got very little to do. It actually has something to do with Mario Brothers games. You know, the Sonic the Hedgehog games, which were the main rivals of the Mario Brothers games back in the, especially the 90s. Old Sega versus Nintendo, which again, in case you didn't know, the whole red versus blue thing is something very much you'll see in all major corporations, and obviously politics. You got the blues versus the reds, and that's a way, that's symbolism, because everything's symbolism. That's a way for the elites to symbolize that they're actually working together. See, it's divide and conquer. You have the same. The red and blue is just purple, because you put red and blue together, you got purple, right? And that's the royal color of the Illuminati Reptilians. And so anytime you see direct competition that is red and blue colors, and you see this everywhere, Coke versus Pepsi, Nintendo versus Sega, Republicans, Democrats, the list goes on, right? Whenever you see this red versus blue, it means that they're one team pretending to be two teams to, like I said, divide and conquer, to separate people, to create conflict, and to give the illusion of choice. But with the Mario Brothers games, see, Mario is predominantly a red character, and Sonic is predominantly a blue character. And in the Sonic games, this is something I realized, I don't think I've ever heard anyone this, but with Freemasons, they have this thing where they always, they have these Freemasonic rings. I'm not too sure about what all of that is, but I think it's sort of like, it sort of signifies the level of Freemasonry. There's 33 degrees, I believe, and sort of is a way to show that. You know, obviously the general public never knows. They're like, oh, that's a nice ring, but they don't know what it is. But what I'm trying to say is, in the Sonic games, Sonic collects rings, and this is something that just came to me. And like Masonic, you know, Masonic symbols, Masonic rings. His name is Sonic. It's Masonic the Hedgehog. That's what I believe. So Masonic the Hedgehog, and Hitler was a hero. And also, here's another fun tidbit. Have you ever noticed? Have you ever met a Jew who was a truther? I haven't. Something to think about, right? Okay. Well, this has been Truth Dog, internet's favorite dog, and very awkwardly trying to get this tape to do my stupid outro, and hope you have a nice day. Hope you learned something about the old Mario Brothers games. Truth Dog out. Woof woof.